Morning. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Now, the slide. Let's start. My slide, are they on? Yeah, leadership is a very big topic, right? And I've been given half an hour to talk about leadership and more so about self-leadership. So what I'm going to talk is the framework. My slides come out here. I'm a pediatrician and I've become a leadership coach, and that raises eyebrows. That's a revolution, and that's impacting healthcare differently. Right. The next 5 slides, I'm going to ask you 2 questions which I'll keep repeating, and I would like responses from you. Yeah. What do you see? Yeah. Yes. Very good. Thank you. An empty jar. An empty jar that is us, which will be filled by our personal life and professional life with a lot of responsibility, aspirations, and obviously challenges. And what do you see now? Can I have a response? Stones and rocks. These are the core. On one side is your family, your health, and on the other side is your training, your specialization, and what you choose to be in your career. And what do you see now? You see pebbles. These are your hobbies and interests on one end, and your career advancement in the other end. And what do you see now? That's sand. And sand is your daily tasks at home, at work, and of course, distractions. And the biggest distraction now is social media. As I speak here, maybe checking your WhatsApp. Yeah, it's a distraction. And finally, what do you see? Water. And what does that symbolize? The stresses that we go through daily, as well as unexpected challenges. And what does all this mean? The jar, the stone, the pebbles, the sand, and the water. Can you put it all together? We need to prioritize our core values, manage the distractions, navigate the challenges, so that we can create a work-life balance, right? To develop resilience and to pursue excellence, right? But how do you do that? How can one do that? And that is through self-leadership. So what is self-leadership? Leadership is about influence. If you can influence others, if people trust you, influence. So, emotions and actions. And when you can do that, you can direct yourself to personal and professional growth. If you can't lead yourself, how are you going to lead a team? And why is self-leadership so important? It is important. what just said. So how to self-leadership? I was thinking, how am I going to do this in 20 minutes or 25 minutes? Firstly, if you see that circle, firstly, you see the arrows is a continuous thing. Self-leadership is a continuous process. That's the first thing. And the core there is a big circle, white circle, which says self-leadership, and you got 4 small circles there, which are the 4 competencies of self-leadership. And the best way I thought I can do it in a short period of time is to tell you a personal story and how a pediatrician became a self-leadership coach. In 2012, I had an infection in my leg and I was admitted, but that infection was missed. Due respect to my colleagues, I was taken care of by 5 doctors for different reasons. I've cut the story short, but it was missed. It became septicemic and I developed very severe pneumonia going into ARDS. And I was in 95% oxygen. And the respiratory physician who looked after me had told my son, your dad will not survive. Maybe there's only a 20% chance. So he flooded the ICU with his tears while his mother prepared for funeral. And this is true. Funeral preparations were done. But an astute anesthetist checked me from head to toe and said there is an infection in his leg. And they did put a needle in and there came out the pus. And they cultured it, got the organism right, and here I am today with you all. I could have died. But what did it do to me is, I'm in private practice. If you're in government service, you get your MC, right? And your pay goes in. If it goes beyond 6 months, you get half pay. But when you're in private practice, that's it. Ting, 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 no more. None. So there's no income. My practice and the patients, if they don't see you there, you're not there on a regular basis, then they start moving away. So my practice was in ruin. I had lost self-confidence and self-esteem, and it took me 6 months to recover. What will we do in that situation? We'll blame everything. Oh, they missed this, they did that. No. But I realized what was important then. 80% comes from within you. You want to change, you have to change. You want to adapt to that difficult situation, you have to do. 80% is from you and 20% is the external support. So the first competency in self-awareness, in self-leadership, you must know, you must engage with yourself. Yes, you must engage with yourself to know your strength, your weaknesses, so that you can make the right decision to come out of that state. I knew to come out, to rebuild my confidence, I had to engage. There are many ways of engaging. What I did was journaling. Every day I wrote down what I felt. And then I realized my strength was my academic. I was a straight A student all the way. But my weakness was my health. And that led me to the second competency of self-leadership, is self-care. As doctors, we heard earlier, doctors are very bad patients. We just assume, this is okay, this is okay. And it's not just about physical health, and it's more important, is your mental health. Self-esteem and self-confidence is part of your mental health.